Good morning, everybody. How are you today? This is Claire from Positively Empowered Kids and also Positive Pants, and I am here today to introduce and start us all off with this fantastic lineup of speakers that we've managed to get, who have very kindly donated their time to this cause, so that we as families and as parents can come together to celebrate who we are, our children, our families, but also to learn and grow. You know, how can we? Good morning, Jackie. So Jackie is one of the, well, myself and Jackie are the co-founders of Positively Empowered Kids, and we have been working really hard to get this event going for you this weekend. So we have 10 amazing speakers. Good morning, Jay. And you know, a really wide variety of topics that are going to be talked about. So I hope that everyone gets something from this, and you know, you don't have to attend every single speech or anything like that. Turn up to what you tune into, what feels good for you, what subject, which speaker you resonate with the most. And it is going to be an absolutely fantastic couple of days. I will run through the lineup in a little while. I'm just looking aside because I have got it written down. So obviously we're starting with me today. Following on from that, we've got 11:30 Gail Berry, 1 o'clock Navit, 2:30 Nick Haynes and Runa Magnus, and at 4 p.m. today we have got the amazing, well, all our speakers are amazing, but we have had Jamie Catto agree to be part of our event. So there is a great interview with him at 4 o'clock today. And then we kick off again tomorrow. Just so much content for you. So 10 o'clock we've got Gita from Denmark. 11:30 we've got Usha. 1 o'clock Sue Cooper. 2:30 Nick Haynes, and 4 o'clock the amazing, fantabulous Jackie Wilson is going to be speaking. So we have got loads of stuff. What I recommend is that if there's any videos that you want to watch, there is on our main page, Positively Empowered Kids, there is a schedule pinned to the top of the page, and in there is a link. And if you click on that link, it will take you to all the live videos that are going to be coming up, and you can set a reminder so that you don't miss any of them. I think it's going to be a busy weekend, and you know, please don't forget as well, you know, share, comment, like any of the videos that you can at all. It helps us to reach more people. It tells us so we know that you're watching, and more excitingly than that, any comments that are put on any of the videos enters you into a fabulous competition. We have had a wonderful sponsor, and they have donated a I Can Do box, and it is a really lovely prize. So comment on any of the videos over this weekend to be in a chance with winning that. What else do I need to tell you? I think that's it for the moment. So yeah, make sure that you keep track of what videos are on when. That would be great. Looking forward to today. Oh, hi, I think we've seen you before at events. Chloe Jane there. Wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I am going to talk to you now a little bit about my topic. So as I say, as well as being co-founder of Positively Empowered Kids, hi Joe, it is an amazing schedule. Honestly, once you hear them, you won't believe it. Sorry, I need to stop getting distracted. I just want to talk with everybody. So as well as being co-founder of Positively Empowered Kids, I am also the creator of Positive Pants. So putting on your positive pants to start your day in a positive way. It's a really fun and quirky message which really appeals to children, and I run one-to-one workshops and sessions with children. But what I wanted to do today was talk to you about your side of things, your part that you play with your children as parents. Because, you know, as much as we study all our life for qualifications, you know, we're kind of on courses all the time, learning things. The most important job that we have is as a parent. It is the most influential job. You know, we work all these hours in corporate jobs or whatever it is that we might be doing. But actually the main work that we need to be doing is in the home. And that's really difficult because we do have to go out to work. We do have to strike that balance. So what things can we be doing as parents to kind of progress things, to really get us in the right mindset, to show up to be the best version of us that we can be. Now, this isn't something that can be expected every day, of course. You know, you cannot be, you know, the perfect parent all the time, or maybe even any of the time. Maybe, you know, the perfect parent probably just doesn't actually exist, because we all have our moments. But how can we feel really good that we're doing the best that we can? And I know just the fact that you guys are even watching this video and that you're partaking in this weekend, you already have some awareness of how you're showing up. And this weekend we're going to be challenging you a little bit and just pushing you a little bit further. So it is quite exciting. So what I want to say to you is the key thing that you can start by doing is loving yourself. Now, I want to just ask you a quick question, and I want you to be honest. Comment in the box if you want, or maybe a thumbs up if it's a yes, or a thumbs down if it's a no. Do you love yourself? That's what I want to know. Let's just sit with that a moment. Do you love yourself? Can you, hand on heart, I'll do it, can you say, I love me, I love Claire? It's one of those things, isn't it, that it seems really simple, but actually, excellent, Jay's put a yes, Jay loves himself, that is awesome. I think, unfortunately, we often feel that by kind of saying that we love ourselves, it's that kind of, well, for me anyway, it brings me back to childhood, kind of, you know, the girls that were just so confident and they had it all, that you think that they've had it all anyway, and you look at them and you think, gosh, you know, I wish I was like them, and, you know, there's kind of that side of things, but then there's also the kind of derogatory thing that can come with her. She thinks she's all that. I have spent a long while working on my mindset and letting go of those beliefs and letting go of those kind of connections that come with this. And unfortunately, it's something that's conditioned. It's something that, you know, happens to us over our lifetime. I'd love for you later on, or if your children are around now, can you ask them, do they love themselves? I think in the most cases, you know, you might get a little bit of in and in, but I think generally there would be more children that would say, yes, I love myself, than there would be adults. And that's what I find really interesting. How can we make sure, because we were like that at one stage, how can we hold on to that for that little bit longer? How can we realise our value and our worth, and that we are all absolutely brilliant as we are? That we don't need to change to conform. We don't need to change to fit in with other people's expectations. We don't need to, you know, have the latest fashion or whatever it might be for us to be worthy of being loved. And I think for children, it's really, really important that we hold on to that. So let's get reminding them that we love ourselves. Oh, great, Nick's on. I would love to know Nick's opinion. Nick's is part of 2 talks this week. I think the thing is that people are kind of, sorry, that's thrown me now because I'm just thinking of what he might be thinking. How can we just really build our child's confidence up? And I think for me, it's very much about leading by example. So how do we talk to ourselves? In our heads, but also out loud. Are you conscious and aware of the words that you might be using? And can you find somebody to kind of help find you? Oh, okay, that's really interesting. So Nick has said, so he's one of our speakers, the UN Ambassador of Kindness, and he said, I love myself, but I'm not always kind to myself, so I guess the love dies. Absolutely, yeah, that is brilliant. Okay, wonderful, some food for thought there. Definitely need to tune into his talks. Sorry, I keep losing my thread now because I'm like, I just want to engage and chat to everybody. So how can you be aware of the words that you're using and whether they are kind or not? So one of the examples I wanted to use today was, how do you act if you've done something wrong in, you know, the kind of loosest sense of the word, that you perceive is wrong. So let's take a really simple example. If you say drop a glass of milk or a drink of some description, how do you react to yourself when that happens? Do you, say, oh my God, I'm so stupid, I can't believe I did that? Do you, swear and shout? Do you get angry at those around you? Do you get angry with yourself? Because for me, what we need to stop doing is kind of seeing that, stop labelling ourselves as being stupid. Just because we might have acted in a way that isn't, the best for this situation, it doesn't mean that we as a person are stupid or we are an idiot. It means that we're feeling that we haven't acted the best, or maybe we didn't make the right decision. And we're annoyed because obviously you've dropped a glass of milk, that has consequences. You're going to have to, mop it up, pick up all the shards of glass. You're worried that the children might walk in and stand on it. So is it actually that you're stupid, or is it that you're just a little bit annoyed that you've actually kind of added this extra hassle that you didn't really need in your day? So how can we talk to ourselves about that? How can we say, that's okay? And I think that is it. I think it is just reminding ourselves it is okay to have these things happen in our life. It's okay for that to be the case. But if your children are noticing you constantly putting yourself down and constantly saying, I am stupid, I am silly, I'm an idiot, they're going to pick those things up, and they're going to think when they do things that that's also what it means. So what I would challenge you to do is think about what phrase you guys use in your life that maybe might not be the most constructive and the most kind to yourself, and think about, what could I replace that with? And maybe this would be lovely to have as a group conversation, as a family, because actually your daughter might notice you say something differently to what you notice. I might notice my husband says something differently to what he thinks he says. So, open up this conversation, have a little chat about it, see what kind of comes up for you. And maybe you could all hold yourselves together a bit, just so keep an eye on the time because I will waffle on forever. Keep yourselves accountable to each other. And maybe have, maybe you can just remind yourself what your alternative phrase might be so that you're being kind to yourselves. And for me, it's very much about leading by example. All of this comes into leading by example. So if you can correct yourself, your children will learn that it's okay for them to do the same and to be really kind to themselves. So the other thing is the kind of, again, in the vein of talking, being kind to ourselves, the way we talk to each other. If I came to you, if I was your friend, I know I am lots of your friends that actually are on here, but, just imagine a friendship of some description. If a friend came to you and they had a problem and they were struggling with that, they were upset, they were kind of, annoyed, maybe they could have reacted or responded in a different way, they were beating themselves up because, maybe they'd forgot to pack their child's school lunch, or they'd, done something, forgotten about, football club, or, something like that. How would you respond to that parent, to that friend of yours? I'm pretty sure, because I know that we are all kind and we all find it easier to be kind to other people. So our advice might be, to give them a hug, when it's acceptable to do so. It might be, to just rest your hand on them and reassure them. It might be to, to just listen and to be sympathetic. It might be to offer advice and support. I'm pretty sure the first thing that you would be saying is actually saying, don't worry, it's not your fault. It's okay. And we find so many ways to reassure other people. We love building other people up and making them feel good about themselves. And there's kind of that element of, that makes you feel good as well. It's not completely altruistic. It is something that then makes us feel good about doing. Kindness and compassion, yeah, absolutely. And I know that's very true. And, the kind of the feeling that we get as well from being able to relieve that pain of someone, You know, so we are going into that situation and we're saying really great things. We're, you know, telling them why actually what they've done is the right thing and how they can move forwards. Maybe giving some solutions, like I say, maybe just listening. But do we do that for ourselves? And I'm sorry because I'm bouncing a lot of questions back here, but I really want you to think about how you are acting yourselves. If that was you, would you be doing that, or would you be beating yourself up? Would you just be, you know, so upset and just kind of overthinking and going over and over again all of the issues or everything that you could have done differently or said differently? Think about yourself as a friend. And actually, let's take that a step further. So, not just as a friend, how would you advise your child if they came to you feeling like that? If they came to you and said, you know, I'm really ugly, or one of, you know, some girl said to me, I'm really ugly, or I'm fat, or I'm, you know, all these horrible things that people might say, what would you be saying to them? You would be saying to them, of course, darling, you're not. You know, that's ridiculous. Why would somebody say that? I can see how beautiful you are. I can see your kindness, your compassion. I can see how healthy you are. I can see that you're so beautiful inside and out. Would you say that to yourself? And can you start saying that to yourself? And, you know, you have to love yourself and be able to respect yourself to be able to do that. And this is all about leading by example. So, you know, try and eliminate some of those words and the ways that you might be talking to yourself. So take out the words. You know, if you look in the mirror and you try something on and your child is with you, and the first thing you're saying is, oh my God, I look fat in that, I look horrible. You know, they're not words that we want our children to be hearing, because do you know what they're seeing when they look at you? They're thinking, and I'm going to generalise here because I can see there's lots of females on, but you know, this is the same for men as well, but I know that women are more prone to do this. But you know, all they're seeing is, Mummy, you look beautiful. And that is so true. Just sit with that for a moment. Your child thinks that you are the absolutely most amazing, incredible being on this earth. Hi, Marie. They absolutely adore you. They literally, you can do no wrong. Even when you've had an argument, you are the person that they come back to. You know, this is for parents, you know, for mums and dads. You are the person that has that security, that safety. You love them no matter what. You are there for them. You move heaven and earth to, you know, make the world a better place for them. So please just know that in the eyes of your child, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are amazing, inside and out. And just please think about your child and that advice. So if, you know, the kind of talking to yourself as if you were your own best friend, you know, I think we've heard that a lot and that resonates. But for me, that next step further is from your child. And maybe you could, again, as a family, I'm just thinking of some lovely little family activities that you could get involved with. Maybe you could, as a family, sit down and just have a little, you know, sit around the table and all think of some words that describe each other. And, you know, put them all on one big sheet of paper and just scribble and draw all over it. Really get the positive words flowing. And you will be amazed at the amazing things that your child feels about you. And sometimes we just need to step back, look from the outside and realise that. Because, oh my gosh, it's so powerful. So let's just try. Let's make a commitment today to ourselves to be kinder and more compassionate with each other. To stop comparing ourselves, because by comparing ourselves to others, our children are comparing themselves to you. And as I say, they think you are blooming amazing. So let's hold on to that. So let's make that commitment. Is there one thing that you know, as I'm talking to you today, is there one thing that's coming out for you? Are you actually thinking, yeah, I do that. Or actually, it's this that I do. and maybe I could change that slightly. So let's all just pick one thing, and if you're brave enough and you want to write it down in the comments, that would be amazing. If not, you know, if you want to private message me, please do. And you know, just think about it. And I'm not saying that I am perfect or that anyone is perfect. That is definitely not the case. We have written a family love umbrella, putting lots of positive words to shower each other with. Oh, that is amazing. I love that. That is fantastic. There we go. You could all do that. How wonderful would that be? So, see, again, I've lost track the minute someone talks to me. So what I want to say is, you know, perfection does not exist in any walk of life, in any areas of our life, but how we feel is the truth. And we can change that, we can mould that, we can train our brain to think differently, and we can certainly do that with our children. So, you know, we want to be leading by example. We want to be letting them grow with love and confidence. And what I will say, before I go on too much, is do not be too hard on yourself. It is so easy to criticise yourself, to be thinking that things aren't quite, you haven't done things right, that you need to change the way you're doing things. You know, things, it's like if you started, you know, healthy eating, for example, you don't necessarily do everything all at once. Let's just make one change. And if we slip up, that's okay. That's human nature. It's something that we all do. And I mean, I'm very conscious with what I'm doing of making sure that people don't think that I'm putting out the persona that I am a perfect parent. I am 100% not a perfect parent. As I say, they don't exist anyway, but, you know, I don't get it right all the time. You know, even, say, my words of being kind to myself, I still say sometimes, God, I'm so stupid. But you know what's great is because of doing this work, and because we as a family all buy into this, we correct each other. So often my husband will say, you're not stupid, you've just done something that's a bit stupid. Okay, yeah. And by kind of taking on that feedback, we're encouraging each other, we're supporting each other. But it is not about being great at everything. It is about showing your child that you can learn and grow, and hold on to that confidence that they have when they're a child, that they are amazing, that they, you know, that they can love themselves, that you love yourself, and that is all okay. So I could keep talking. I'm sorry, I am going to stop myself, and I'm just going to pull up the schedule of events again. So I hope that has been illuminating for you all, giving you some food for thought. I would love for you all to be able to say, I love me, and I would love for your children to be able to say that and to continue to say that. It's, you know, it's just such an important but simple message. So please let me know what you thought. If you've got any questions, you can contact me. So you can reach out to me at Positive Pants Family on my Facebook page. And I also have a fantastic group for families, a really lovely supportive Facebook group, which is Put On Your Positive Pants. We have lots of fun over there. I am obviously taking bookings at the moment for one-to-one sessions. I can do them in Zoom or in person if you're in the Nottingham area. And I now only have one after school space for those, so otherwise it'll be a waiting list. I love me and I love you too. I love you too. I love you all, and I love me. It's amazing. So you can just feel the energy just from all the love going around and just thinking about it. It's beautiful. So the next speaker that is coming up at 11:30 today is the absolutely beautiful Gail Berry. Now, this is a woman who is all about love. She runs Blossom and Berry baby yoga and massage. She's based down in Essex. She has trained over 1,000 people to go out and teach her baby yoga and support families. She runs a charity that supports vulnerable women and children, and she is going to be talking about love. and it is something she truly embodies. One of her key values of her business is love, so everything she does kind of filters out from that. I'm just going to find, because I have written down, I can't remember the names of everyone's talk. So her talk is Why Love Creates Love, the greatest gift for you, your child and the world. So please do tune into that. That's at 11:30. As I mentioned earlier, go onto the pinned post where it's got all the timings of all the different talks today. They are going to be absolutely amazing. There is a link there to the live videos so that you can set reminders on the ones that you're interested in. And of course you can come back and watch them. So if you can't make it live, don't worry, you won't miss out. They are going on all today, all of tomorrow. And again today, lots of amazing talks. And our final act of today at 4 o'clock is the incredible Jamie Catto, who I had the absolute pleasure of interviewing. So you can see that interview at 4 o'clock today. Please comment on any of the videos, even if you can't watch them all. Please share, please like, please engage as much as you can. It helps us to reach so many more families at this important time in history and in our lives and in our world. And if you do comment on the post, you are entered into a competition to win a fabulous I Can Do box. So we would love to give one of you that wonderful prize. So I think that's everything. Jackie, give me a nudge if I've forgotten anything. I think we're okay. I think I've covered everything. It's probably too much for everyone to take in. So I've really enjoyed putting this plan together, and thank you to Jackie for all your work, and our amazing team that have made all this possible, and of course the amazing speakers that have donated their time, and to you for being part of it, for watching and for wanting to make the world a better place. So from me at Positive Pants and Positively Empowered Kids, I wish you the most beautiful day. Keep loving yourself. Keep this loving energy up for you and your families, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.